Hi guys. I don't know why I always seem to film at night now for some reason. Uh, I'm making a quick video because someone asked me ages ago, and I've been meaning to make this. And I think I mentioned it in my top 10 creepypastas, but I never really said how I got into creepypastas, and I got two text messages. Great. And how I got into them. It's a funnish story on my behalf because I feel really stupid when I think about it. I was basically on YouTube, as you do, and I was just scrolling through videos, and I remember, and I felt quite nostalgic, and I felt like watching Ed, Edd and Eddy, if anyone has ever watched that before. And I clicked a couple of episodes, laughed my head off, and I discovered one of the recommended videos was Ed, Edd and Eddy, a lost episode, or feed lost episode, or lost episode, or whatever. And I clicked it, and I thought it was like generally like, like a lost episode. Well, an episode that they misplaced or something, But of course, I knew nothing of creepypastas, and the lost episodes is like a sort of genre on its own, and I just I clicked it, and it's like it was, I didn't expect it coming, and I got quite scared of it, to be fair, actually. Like, I was like thinking, holy shit, is this real? I did some research. I was like, creepypastas, and I was like, what's that? And I did some research, and it turns out they're pretty much horror stories and stuff, which is awesome because I love horror stories. And at the same time, I was, I guess the first creepypasta monster, if you really want to know, was Slender Man, because I was obsessed with Slender the 8 Pages, as it's currently known now, but at the time it was just Slender. And I was just hooked on it, and then there's all these sort of pretty much fan stories, let's face it. Fan stories of him, and then I was introduced to Jeff the Killer, the Rake, Eyeless Jack. Eyeless Jack freaked the shit out of me. I'm sorry. It's like, I mean, what's creepier than waking up and there's a figure standing over you, looking down, watching you sleep? I mean, yeah, that's creepy as hell. And then what was the other one? The Wicker Man, who I always think of. I keep instantly thinking of that awful Nicolas Cage film. I don't know why. Not for bees. Nicolas Cage. I'm trying to think now. And I think that was it. And then like, I've actually read some, and I actually attempted to write one, which turned out wasn't that good, and most of my ideas was really cliched, and turns out I wasn't that original. Will I do another creepypasta list? Yeah, I will eventually when I have time and can be bothered. No, I'm joking. When I have the time and actually have a calculated list this time. I remember when I made that video, I had like roughly 5, and then at the last minute I decided to do 10. So I had to think of like 5 from the top of my head, and it didn't turn out that good. And my computer, I mentioned this in the description, when I uploaded the footage and then edited it, I saved it, and then I always, because like I save it to my hard drive, and that takes about 2-3 hours depending on the video. If it's like, say, if the video is long for an hour, well, not an hour, sorry, what am I on about? If it's long for like 20 minutes, then it usually takes about 2-3 hours. And it was quite late when I finished editing it, so I thought I'll do it in the morning, and then I can upload it straight away. And then when I woke up, I went on the file, and it wouldn't open, and my computer pretty much freaked out, and then kind of shut down and restarted, and everything was normal, but the file didn't exist, which was quite thin for the creepypasta thing. And yeah, but luckily I had the original footage, so I re-edited it, and that's why was quite annoyed, so that's why the editing was really bad. I keep apologising for that video, but I will do an updated version because I have watched a load of new creepypastas and there's one still going which it was on my list and it's really creepy because like when you watch enough of them you get accustomed to it and then you don't find that many creepy, but there have been some pretty good ones actually that I've listened to. I think that's pretty much it. If I had to think of one I would like to see, from top of my head, I'd like a better origin story for Jeff the Killer, a more realistic one. I mean, I'd hate bullies as much as the next person, but I don't think they carry guns. That's all I'm saying. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I promise the next video will be in daytime. I keep burping. I just had tea. Leave me alone. Okay, bye bye.